Episode 93, 100 Simple Life Truths. The more love you give, the more you get. It's a question. That's a question that I pose to you guys, the audience. I am your host, as you all know. It is September. It's October 18th and it's 1:24 p.m. 1:24 p.m. and I am here. I was not planning on recording this video because I have so much time or so many days that I can just relax and not have to record anything to still make my goal of releasing episode 100 on the 31st of October, 31st of this month on Halloween night. I got so much time basically because it's only 18th and I only have 7 more episodes to go. 7 more episodes. Um, but I got compelled because I just watched, and it has nothing to do with what's going on here. I just watched one of the most important videos I've ever seen in my life, and it was literally just an Instagram reel. And of course, I'm exaggerating by saying the most important video I've ever seen in my life. But the video put a lot of things into perspective in just such a short clip. And it's from a content creator. He's not really I don't consider him a content creator. I think he just documents his life. He's not necessarily a content creator to me because I know him personally. I've met him personally. Kier Gaines. Kier Gaines. Shout out to that brother. He got a beautiful family. His work ethic is crazy. And in a video, basically someone asked him, he was at one of his seminars and someone asked him, how do they stay grounded in life? And the answer he gave is just understand that things are always going to change. Your plans are always going to change, and be open to change. That's number one. And then the second thing he said, which was the important thing that I realized, because I'm already adapted to change, right? The next thing that he said was, he said that no one knows what they're doing. We're all just here. And I agree with that. Like, we can all say, oh, I know what I'm doing, I know what's going on in life, but bro, like, things don't always work out in our favor. We can go to therapy, we can do all that such, things to figure it out, but at the end of the day, no one knows if what they're doing currently is what they're supposed to be doing, or if it's the right thing to be doing. Excuse me. But i I agreed with that so much that I had to come and record this video and just say that one little bit. Just say that one little bit. I am gonna get into this. As you guys know, excuse me, I'm watching the video at the same time as recording because that's how I stay grounded, right? And I think staying grounded is staying. It can mean a lot of different things, right? Staying grounded can mean staying focused and not being too jumpy in terms of staying on your path. Because sometimes we can jump around, hop around, but if you stay grounded, that means one foot is always on the floor. One foot is always on the floor. You're not jumping up and jumping into things that you don't need to be going into, right? So one way that I stay grounded is with these videos, is with my calendar, staying dedicated to a routine, staying dedicated to the goal, and knowing everything that is going to take for me to accomplish that goal. I Everything that is going to take for me to accomplish that goal is already understood, and I know each milestone that I have to take. So that's how I stay grounded, is by seeing those milestones get checked off. Every milestone gets checked off. Every day I check off another milestone, check something else off. I don't know. I don't know you, but I know love is a special currency. It's endless, and you can choose to spend it on whomever you please or whatever you please. Right? It doesn't have to necessarily be a person. I don't know what he's gonna continue talking about in this episode, but I do believe that you can love things too. Right? Obviously, it's more beneficial to love a person, but it's not always there. There's no limit to how much love you can spend on a person or the number of people you can spend it on. Don't mistake love for time and energy, though. Those are a whole nother thought. Agreed. Just because I spend time with you or give you my energy doesn't mean I love you, right? I can care about you, whatever the case may be, but I think love and and it's aspects, different types of love, right? Because I'm not gonna love my wife the way I love my best friend, right? I'm not gonna love my best friend the way I love my kids. Right? I'm not gonna love my kids the way I love my sister, right? It's different types of love, but the time that you spend with people is why when I say when I spend time with people, I like it to be quality time and not quantity time. Because I can spend a lot of time with someone and it means absolutely nothing. Or I can spend a little bit of amount of time with someone and it means everything, right? Receiving love is important. We all want to be loved. How we go about acquiring that love, or rather, people to love, is where the problem can arise. Love is a gift, not a loan. Remember that. I did an episode on that. You can type it in on my channel. Love is episode. Love is a gift, not a loan. I've said that plenty of times since reading that chapter, and it's something that I agree with. I agree with. Just because I give you or show you my form of love, right, doesn't mean I need to expect it back, because just because you love someone doesn't mean they're gonna love you back. Don't give it out expecting it to be returned. I've learned this lesson on numerous occasions through my own follies, not to mention hearing others complain with endless stories of not getting what they put in. They feel underappreciated. They feel their relationships are one sided and they're getting the short end of the stick. The issue here isn't the dynamic of the relationship, it's the motives behind it. Interesting. Once a gift becomes obligated, it's no longer a gift. Merry Christmas. If you expect love or feel obligated to love in return, then how real is it? We're all guided by self interest, but maybe you should be interested in giving more than receiving. If the idea of sharing love without reciprocity, I can't say that word. I just is. If you've seen that episode, you understand this word is the bane. It's the bane, right? Um, if the idea of sharing love without it being reciprocated isn't appealing to you, maybe you should reevaluate those you share your love with, or why you want their love to begin with, right? And I hate that word. I should practice it every night. I should say the word like 100 times before I get it. I don't know too many mothers who are getting back what they're putting in with their babies. Could any of us repay that if we tried? I think at best we could pay it forward if we decide to have children of our own. And once we do we even require anything in return? See, this is what I'm saying. It's a difference, right? Um, your mom is gonna love you unconditionally, right? And well, not unconditionally, because I've seen certain situations, not personally, but like I was watching an interrogation show, and it was a kid who committed a crime, right? One of the grave crimes, and his mom was sitting in on the interrogation because he's a minor, and which they're not obligated to make your mom sit in or anything like that, right? But they gave them the courtesy, and you can see the mom slowly losing her love for her child once realizing who he was, right? The crimes that he was committing. So there is a for most people there is a what's the word? There is a condition to the love, right? There is a condition to the love, and betrayal or disappointment sometimes is that condition. So other types of okay, let me start over. Start over. Everyone has a different definition of love. Someone, some of this love is lifelong and unconditional. Other types of love die after a few arguments or a pretty girl walks by. Personally, I don't give much weight to the idea of love as it is just an idea. Any dream chaser will tell you that ideas are worthless. It's all in the execution. Hmm. So it's not the fact that you love someone, it's how you love them. It's how you're executing on that idea of loving them, right? Some people love the idea of you in general. They just love the idea of I guess having you like in their life or whatever the case may be. But they have nothing to give you back. And not saying you should give anything back, right? But there comes a point where it's like, what are you getting out of it? What are you getting out of it? And how is it being executed, right? If you have a genuine view of love and want it in abundance, the execution shouldn't be measured by how much love you throw out there. It should be measured by how much love you let in. Love in our lives come from multiple sources and in various degrees and in so many different forms. Correct. It may come as a kiss on the cheek, a kick in the ass. It may be a heartfelt letter from someone who appreciates your music, or intricate critique by someone who doesn't want to admit they combed through your songs 4 times to pick out flaws. That was literally the end of that one. Kind of ended abruptly. But I agree though. I agree. Like I said, love comes in so many different forms, so many different avenues, and finding someone that loves you the way you want to be loved, and you love them the way they need to be loved, is the goal, right? It's the goal. Life is about connections. It's about life is. I feel like life for me is about people, right? Having the right people around me, giving out the right amount of love to the right people, and receiving the right amount of, well, not necessarily receiving, because it's hard for me to receive like love from people or their form of love maybe, but it is a key component to life. And the answer to the question is no. The answer is no. The more love you give is not the more you'll get, right? So love is a gift, not a loan. You shouldn't be measuring how much you can give based on how much you're receiving, right? So to answer the question of the title of this episode, the more love you give, the more love you get. For me, the answer is no. The answer is definitely no. Now, if you disagree with that, that's perfectly fine. Write in the comment section, if you agree or if you disagree with the fact that the more love you give is the more love you give, the more love you get. I think that's all I have to say on that. Shout out to Care Gains on his on that the simplest Instagram video. That's basically what I got from it. Stated that we're all just trying to figure it out. We're all just trying to figure it out. No one person is better than the next. Yes, someone may look better than you, right? Someone may have more money than you. Someone may be taller, faster, more athletic, you know what I mean? Be more outgoing than you. But they have their own struggles, right? Everyone has their own struggles. Everyone is figuring something out. Everyone has their own struggles, right? Their own situations that they have to deal with or that they're growing through and learning through. So don't sit here and think, don't comparison is the thief of joy. That's another episode that I did. Comparison is the thief of joy. When you compare yourself to other people and you see them, their outward display is just phenomenal, you may never know what's going on at home. They may come home to a dirty house, right? You know what I mean? It may be, their mindset might be cluttered, their life might be cluttered, but they hold it together well. Someone commented on one of my videos that my quote is from the Boondocks. I've never seen the Boondocks. I've never seen full episodes of the Boondocks. Was never, I guess, interested in it. I watched a couple clips like through passing. I've never searched like the Boondocks. But shout out to the Boondocks. From what I've seen, it's a very funny show, interesting show. It discusses topics that need to be discussed, right, in the Black community and things like that. So yeah, shout out to the Boondocks, and understand that your pain is the breaking of the shell that includes your understanding. It is the it is the remedy in which the physician in you heals your sick self. Therefore, drink the remedy in silence and tranquility. That's it. Pure silence and tranquility. And on top of that, you got to remember to always savor every second, embrace every minute, love every hour, and compete every day. So compete every day is the important part. All that other stuff happens. You're not going to be able to savor every minute, every second. You're not going to be able to embrace every minute. And you can't love every hour. You know, we have our ups and our downs, right? Of course, you want to take the best out of every situation, but as long as you compete every day, As long as you compete every day and compete with yourself, not everybody else and what you see everybody else doing, competing with yourself and only yourself, setting your own goals, setting your own milestones, and knocking them out, achieving these goals every single day, getting one step closer to achieving your goals every single day, you have no issues, right? You're gonna have challenges, but you'll have no issues. The challenges are just there to humble you a little bit and keep you grounded. Other than that, if it's not in your hands, it shouldn't be on your mind. That's the last quote I got for y'all. If it's not in your hands, it shouldn't be on your mind. Basically, to say don't stress things that you're not in control of. Don't stress things that that you're anticipating in the future, right? Don't stress things that happened in the past. Live in the present, stay in the present, and enjoy the present as much as you can, and cross the bridges that you got to cross in life when you get there, right? Don't stress yourself out. Don't live it twice. Just don't live it twice. You got it. You got it. Episode 93. We almost to 100, and I feel like if you've seen every single episode, if you've been rocking with me for a while, then you got it. You understand. You from the minute you watched that first episode to where you are now, you should be a different person. You should be a different person. You should have grown even 1%. Even if these 100 videos only get you 1% better, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I'm hoping for maybe 10-20%. You know what I mean? Hopefully, out of the 100 videos, you resonated with 20 of them. But if you only resonated with one video, bro, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, and I'm grateful that I was able to do that for you. Other than that, stay tuned for some other things that I got in the works. This series is gonna end pretty soon, and I wanna continue. I wanna continue putting out the content for you guys. Connecting with people, some dope people, some really dope people have been like reaching out to me, having these conversations. I'm not a life coach, but I can have the conversations with y'all if y'all want me to. And yeah, appreciate y'all. Be safe.